Do you think you have what it takes to own and run a football team in England? Well, now could be your chance. AFC Crewe was a normal non-league football club until in June 2022, when they were taken over by a group called NUFAN. Now NUFAN is made up of thousands of members all across the world who both own and run AFC Crewe. There are two ways that you can become a part owner of AFC Crewe. The first one is the silver package, which is $3.99 a month and makes you a shareholder, board member, and gives you access to daily decision making, including managers, signings, budgets, things like that. The gold package though is $8.99, and alongside the silver perks, it also makes your vote worth double and gets you a certificate of ownership. Now the 21-22 season wasn't great at all for the club, finishing bottom of the league with just one win all season as step 14 of English football. They were arguably the worst team in the country. However, it's been a remarkable turnaround since the arrival of the new ownership group. They've been promoted and now play in the Staffordshire County Premier Division, which is step 7 of non-league, or in other words, they need 10 promotions to make it to the Premier League, the ultimate goal. So it's a distant dream for now, but it is of course possible. And off the pitch the club has made strides too. Their attendances are growing into the hundreds. They've gained a massive sponsorship opportunity on the front of their shirt with mystery away days, and they've also launched their own women's team alongside donating food to the local food bank. So they've made a really positive impact on the community, and this is a very exciting opportunity and project going forward. Now one of the co-chairmen of the club is named George Pavlou, and I'm going to be speaking to him now to find out a little bit more about the club's story and also his story.
So off the back of the European Super League, the failure of launch of that, myself and some friends decided to start a subscription service allowing fans to take over a football club. It means anybody who subscribes can start becoming a decision maker within the club and have voting rights over what we do as a club. When we first started, there was a few different clubs that were interested in our model and what we were doing, and they were already established and had committees and leadership structures and whatever. What we actually ended up doing was taking over AFC Crewe, who were arguably one of the worst teams in the country. So when you start at the bottom, there are costs involved: league administration fees, referees, pitches, training, blah, blah, blah. But you haven't got the pressure of wages, you haven't got the pressure of, large expenses or keeping big sponsors happy and all this sort of thing. We're able to go, okay, the club is ready to do X and Y and Z, but it's not ready to do A, B, and C. Whereas if you take over a club that exists in the Northern Prem or the National League or League Two and try and implement this, it's almost impossible because they're so big already. I think off the back of obviously everything that happened with the Super League, fans were really willing to join a project like this. Myself and my friends were lucky. We've worked in social media for a long time, so we have a lot of contacts in the social media world. Some of the guys, one of the co-chairman, for example, he owns a load of pages as well on Instagram. So we were able to advertise the project quite quickly and easily, and that shot up our membership quite fast. And I think we peaked at about 1,700 members. That was when we were winning every week. We had former Premier League player as our manager, Gary Taylor-Fletcher. But yeah, we've sort of plateaued at around 1,000 roughly. But we've not done a great deal of marketing in the past year. There's been a lot of streamlining the club. We're sort of masters of our own destiny. We're responsible for the spending. We're responsible for the income. We're responsible for everything. So you're not beholden to some sugar daddy who's up in the sky who you never see or hear from. It's not a plaything. The club is every single member. The club is every single player. Our members really graft. We've got a lot of members who really put a lot of time and effort in. We've had a lad this summer who's done ridiculous work on recruiting for our women's team. We had a number of them leave at the end of the season, and we needed to replace quite a few. And he's done some amazing work on recruiting there, and we think we're in a stronger position now than we were at the end of last season when we thought we were really strong. On the men's side, we're looking to get into the northwest counties. That was always like a like a milestone for us was to get into the Northwest Counties division. That would be a huge achievement for a club that was nowhere 3 years ago. On the women's side, we've just been approved into the Regional Northwest Division 1, which is super exciting. So it's the equivalent of Northwest Counties, but in the women's pyramid. You know, we're starting to have conversations around youth sections. Do we start our own? Do we partner with a youth club? There are plenty of junior football clubs out there. Start providing a pathway into open age football.
Now I must say, I've really enjoyed making this video because I do like it when these sort of clubs have such big aspirations and goals. We've seen that it is possible in English football with the current system because you've had the success stories of your Wrexhams, of your Dorking Wanderers who have risen up the pyramid so quickly and have grown as a club too. And so again, it is possible, and I wish AFC Crewe the best of luck. And if you would like to invest into the club, then check out their links down below in the description. Thank you for watching, thank you to George for his time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.